Hi, Wild fans, and welcome aboard. We are also close to the beginning of the regular season here in the American Hockey League, and we thought it would be time to introduce many of you to many of our new players here on our new player panel. This is one of two new player panels we'll be doing. I'm Ben Gislison. Great to be back on the airwaves with you here today. So as we get started, I'm not going to go around and introduce all of our new faces that we're seeing here. I would like them to do it themselves. So with that, I'll turn it over. Kevin Churchman, why don't you lead us off with who you are, how old are you, and what team were you playing for last before you came on board in the Minnesota Wild, Iowa Wild organization here?
Hello, I'm Kevin Churchman, and I was in Wilkes-Barre for the last 4 years, and happy to be here. I'm 30, and look forward to the opportunity.
I spaced on this. Give us your hometown too.
Okay, hometown is Port Elgin, Ontario, so it's like 3 hours west of Toronto, but I spend the summers in Toronto.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kevin. John?
Hi, I'm John Lizzat. I'm from Grand Forks, North Dakota. Last 2 years, I was out in Wilkes-Barre along with Kevin, and I'm 26.
Thank you, John. Joe?
Hey, Joe Hickett's from Kamloops, British Columbia. I'm 25, and I spent the last 5 years in the Red Wings organization with Grand Rapids.
And last but certainly not least, as things often go in hockey, rookies go last, right, Reese? But
Yeah.
You're up.
I'm Reese Samolik. I'm 25 from Rochester, Minnesota, and I spent the last 4 years at Minnesota State Mankato.
Excellent. Well, now that we've got that done, let's go ahead and go around the table one more time. And we'll start with you, Kevin. Everybody who's played hockey as long as you guys have, back when you began playing the game, had a player that you idolized. Who was that for Kevin Churchman?
I always liked Scott Niedermeyer, being a defenseman, and him and like Nick Lindstrom, watching those guys play. So, yeah, that's kind of who I'm going with there.
John?
I always liked Steve Yzerman, mainly just because his name was kind of cool. And I liked Mario Lambert as well, just because I was a Pens fan when I was young.
Joe, take it away.
I'll kind of echo Kevin. Scott Niedermeyer was one of my favorites. BC guy, played in Kamloops for the Blazers in the Western League. So that connection always kind of stuck with me, and obviously a hell of a hockey player. So he's one of the guys that I always enjoyed watching.
Round us out, Reese.
Growing up, I liked Peter Forsberg when I was pretty young, and then as time grew, I was a big fan of Mike Richards too.
Didn't throw your father Doug a bone on that one?
No.
Okay, so Kevin, back to you, and we'll get into more individual questions now. Again, great to have you guys. Looking forward to getting to meet all of you in person, hopefully sooner than later. But that's hockey. Let's talk about not hockey with you, Kevin. Is there another sport that if you weren't playing hockey professionally that you would like to pursue professionally?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That would have been baseball. Big Jays fan, I guess, and yeah. If I could hit, maybe I'd be playing baseball, but I don't think they was in the cards. So, yeah, happy to be playing hockey, though.
What position would you play? Would you be scooping balls out of the dirt at short? Would you be ranging in center field? DH?
Yeah.
Although you said you couldn't hit, so maybe not DH.
Yeah, not the best arm, too. So they had me at second base and center field. So I was tracking balls. That's kind of where I was at with that. So.
Beautiful. John, to you, how about a go-to karaoke song? If you're you maybe having some time with the boys together and you want to get up on stage and see what you can do, what are you going to for a go-to karaoke jam?
Wow. I would say like maybe Alan Jackson, like Drive by Alan Jackson. Just a song I know and it's slow that I can keep up with. Keep up with under pressure while I'm on stage.
What would you, rest of the group, what would you think about that song selection? Would you give them the thumbs up or the thumbs down if you were in the crowd for that, fellas?
I'm not a closer. I know that.
I
can
like
see
it. I support country, so I like it.
Perfect. Sticking in the music vein, to Joe Hicketts, give us 3 songs that we would find on your pregame playlist.
Oh, well, I kind of like a little bit of everything. So, a little country thrown in there. So maybe something from Luke Combs. I don't know what song it is, but then get some rock in there too. Motley Crue, something from them, and maybe some AC/DC or Def Leppard, something like that, just to get the juices going a little bit, I guess.
Did you see the Netflix documentary, or I should say kind of movie documentary, The Dirt, the Motley Crue documentary? It's kind of a documentary. It's kind of cinematic. Did you see that at all?
Yeah, I did. I was actually supposed to go to their concert last August. Then obviously because of COVID, I couldn't fly down. I was going to go with a teammate down in Atlanta. So kind of disappointed I didn't get to go, but we definitely watched the movie a couple times getting ready for the big event.
I bet. All right, Reese, shifting gears, your favorite smell?
Favorite smell. I don't think you can go wrong with, smell of a grill, whether a burger, steak, something like that, especially winding down summertime, walking around, smell it outside. So I think that's a pretty good smell.
You're a young guy, Reese, but do you have any experience being the grill master yourself, or is that something that, maybe it's your dad, or I know one of your brothers might have taken over at family barbecues?
Yeah. At school we kind of switched off, but then coming back home, my dad loves to cook. So he tries to get on there as much as he can. Doesn't really let us do much.
Moving along, back to you, Kevin. A little more hockey related question here, and we're going to get to this with all of you guys because I know our fans are curious, but what can fans expect to see from you on the ice this season if you do spend some time here with the Wild?
We should have done rookies first, then I would have had time to think about some of these questions. But I think first and foremost, it's going to the culture. I've heard nothing but great things about the organization, and I'm excited to be part of like a winning atmosphere. And I think from my end, I think a two-way game, I like to get in the rush. I like to kind of play fast and play hard. And I think it's been a good fit, like on paper coming here. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And whether it's in Minnesota or Iowa, both teams are built to win, and that's kind of the culture they're going for. And it's really cool to be part of that.
To one former Penguin, to another former Penguin, John. Let's shift out of hockey. Let's talk about. We were talking about food earlier. I got another food-related question for you. If you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
So brutal. That's so hard for me. I love all kinds of food, so to narrow it to one is like torture. I would just say sushi. I love sushi. I could do that all the time.
And I think for the sake of the question, we would allow you to eat different kinds of sushi. So
I was-
a smart pick, right?
I was hoping you'd let me branch out rather than just to California or something.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one for the rest of your life for sure. To Joe, any hidden talents that maybe people don't, when they first get to meet you or know about? A hidden talent, you got any?
I don't know. I tried playing guitar. That's no good. So that's definitely not. I wish I could, or I'd be karaokeing every night. But a hidden talent, I don't know. I like tying flies for like fishing, like fly fishing ties. So I don't know if it's a talent or more of a hobby that just can take my mind off things. But we'll go with that.
As an avid fisherman myself who has never fly fished but would like to, I would definitely call that a talent. Tying flies is much different than your layman fisherman who goes out and, jigs for walleyes or trolls for bass. So
Yeah.
I think we'll let that one ride. I think that's good, Joe. To Reese, let's talk about on ice with you here. Same question I asked Kevin earlier, but what can fans expect to see from your game on the ice this season?
You know, just kind of a defense and stay at home. Just trying to give it to the forwards and let them do their thing and just move it to them, basically. Yeah, nothing special.
Back to the elder statesman in the group. Kevin, how do you like to spend your days off?
Ooh, I like to read, so I read a lot, I guess. Days off, I don't know. Depends what time of year you catch me on. If it's the summer, I don't know, different things. Maybe go to a baseball game or something like that. But I like spending time with teammates too. And I think kind of coming out of COVID now and everyone getting back together, I think that's something that I think we can start doing again, and I'm looking forward to it. So, you know, whether it's going to, I know me and John used to like going to Starbucks and hanging out there in the coffee shop. So that's kind of our day off activity. So I think, yeah. And I think that's how you build good bonds on teams too. So I'm looking forward to that part big time. And yeah, I can't wait to get back to it.
Speaking of bonds and your relationship with John Lizzat, John, I'd love for you to tell us a quick, brief PG story about Kevin Churchman from your time together playing. Anything that you think fans would enjoy?
Oh my.
I know that's a loaded question.
I don't.
We can come back to you too if you'd like to stew on that one.
I might need a little time. I might need a little time.
Okay, so we're gonna hit pause on that. I will not forget. I will come back to it. So let's move on to Joe. Same question I've asked Reese. I've asked Kevin. Talk about you, Joe. Obviously, we've got all defensemen in the group here, so I know we might get some similar answers. But Joe, from your end, what can fans expect to see from you for your on ice play?
Yeah, just I try to pride myself on being a reliable guy. You know, two-way game. I like to add some offense in there as well. That playing physical too. I think that's one thing I enjoy is not necessarily throwing big hits, but you know, being mean out there, and something I definitely look for in my game.
Iowa Wild fans enjoy mean. I can say that. So any mean plays within reason that you guys want to lay out on the line while you're here, if you're here, will be appreciated. So I think fans will like that answer a lot, Joe. Therese, what's one thing that people don't know about you that you think they should?
Oof. It's kind of a tough question. You know, I spent most of my life growing up in Minnesota, but like you were talking about earlier, my dad used to play, and when he was playing out in LA, I was actually born out there, so I didn't come here till I was like 4 or 5, or come to Minnesota till I was 4 or 5. So it's kind of a different fact. I don't know.
Again, that fits. That is an appropriate answer. I don't know who put me in charge of giving the green light or red light on appropriate answers, but again, I'll give it to you there. Back to Kevin. And Kevin, I've got a question for you, but I would also open the door if you want to tell a story about John as well, if you've got one. Otherwise, we can go back to John after you answer this question and see if he's come up with anything. But so my question, and again, you can defer, but what's one thing that's on your bucket list right now? Or if you want to tell a John Lizzat story, I'll take either answer.
I'll let John tell the story and then see if I need a rebuttal. So
defend yourself. Yeah.
I think you're safe.
And the second part was what's on my bucket list right now?
Yeah, just one item.
Ooh. I think travel again, maybe anywhere, like going somewhere. I guess that's probably the quickest thing that comes to mind. Whether it be Europe or something like that, I think that's always a cool experience. So that's the quick, safe answer. I don't really have any more there. So, and I'll let John go first with the churchy story.
Thanks for the segue, Churchy. Here we are, John. We got the drum
Oh,
roll
gosh.
going. What do you got for us?
I don't really have much. I don't know. Churchy's always just been, he's like a guy that just gets along with everyone really, and get really good in the locker room. And I was one stall away, and his stallmate to the right, he would always kind of just torment. And just like it wouldn't even take much. You just have like a slick comment. Churchy's like witty, and it would just kind of set this guy off, and it would kind of just make everyone chuckle. And it was just something that happened kind of throughout the season, and we would just laugh about it looking at each other. So I won't say topics because that's where the PG stops. So but
Fair
it was
enough.
just a little something that was, I don't know, little.
Kevin, any response or any need for a rebuttal off that? What seemed like a pretty glowing review there from John.
Yeah, I know. Me and Liz have had a great relationship the couple years we played together, and no, it's so cool seeing how he's grown as a player in person too. And yeah, I think we're just pumping each other's tires now, so I love this. But
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, me and John sat together the entirety of last year, and COVID season, you got to find fun in things. And John himself is a pretty witty guy, so we kind of would feed off each other. And when he was like needed a little lift and a little poke someone somewhere, and like, all right, here we go, let's go. So we kind of had a little camaraderie that way going. And no, it's going to be fun playing with all you guys. You guys I've heard tons about all you guys, and it's going to be a great year wherever we all end up. So I'm pumped for it.
Thank you both for taking a trip down memory lane with us there. You guys are off the hot seat. Two more final questions, one for Joe and one for Reese. Joe, you have played in this building before, Wells Fargo Arena, many a time as a Grand Rapids Griffin. I remember a night earlier this year where you had a huge evening here with a 3-point performance, but you've had other good evenings at Wells Fargo Arena. I'm sure our fans are looking forward to seeing you do that for the Wild instead of against the Wild now, if you do get some time down here this year. But give me a memory, and it could be a good one, a bad one, whatever you'd like it to be, from your time with the Griffins playing here at Wells Fargo Arena.
Well, just I think everything about Des Moines, whether it's going there and eating, the night before with teammates. I've always enjoyed, walking around the city and stuff. And the fans there have always been great. It gets loud, but it's one of those things where as a visitor, it's intimidating. It's a big building. Not that Grand Rapids isn't, but I'm just looking forward to getting there and hopefully winning, if I am in Iowa.
Last but not least, Reese, I'm going to apologize in advance for this question. I did not come up with it. It was given to me by another member of our marketing team, and it is a difficult question. I'll lead off with that. And if anybody else wants to make a comment, if they want to, as we finish here with the final question, I'll feel free to open the floor at the end. But so Reese, bring us home. What is the first thing you would do in a zombie apocalypse situation?
That is a tough question. I don't know.
I said they gave this man. I went, boy, I don't know, but I'm throwing it out there. I'm throwing it to the rookie. No surprise.
I'd probably get a group of couple buddies that I think would have pretty good survival skills, and then start off with that, then try to go find a good safe place to stay and maybe some weapons or so. I don't really know what I would do.
We could lock down the arena.
Yeah, that'd be a good place.
Any other comments that would help Reese in his situation, or should we put a pin in this zombie apocalypse question and panel, fellas?
Lizzo?
I don't know if anyone actually knows what the heck they would do in a situation like that.
I think I go to Cabela's and buy every gun and bow and arrow that they have.
I might call me and Churchy's stallmate. He probably is prepared.
Yeah,
He's a hunter. He's got guns.
I hope in some way, shape, or form the stallmate you're talking about manages to see a few of these comments or this clip some way, shape, or form.
Maybe.
But that's all
Maybe.
I got for you guys. Thrilled to have you as a part of the organization. I know our fans, if we do get the opportunity to see you guys down here in Iowa this season, are looking forward to it. Can't wait to meet you all at some point. And thanks so much for this time today. And enjoy the rest of a fleeting summer. And we're looking forward to hockey season.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.